I used to believe being busy meant being valuable. My calendar was packed, my inbox was always full, and I said yes to almost everything. Extra projects, last-minute favors, social plans I didn't even enjoy. On the outside, it looked like I had momentum, but internally I felt drained, distracted, and strangely unfulfilled. The uncomfortable truth? I wasn't doing those things because they mattered to me. I was doing them because I wanted to be seen as helpful, reliable, impressive. I was trading my time, the most limited resource I have, for validation. And here's the problem with that. Validation is addictive, but it's also temporary. You get a quick hit of approval, maybe a thank you or recognition, and then it fades. So you chase it again and again. Meanwhile, your own priorities keep getting pushed further down the list. Everything changed when I started asking one simple question before saying yes. Would I still do this if nobody knew I did it? That question forced honesty. It stripped away the applause, the external rewards, the image, and what was left? My actual values. I realized a lot of what I was saying yes to didn't align with where I wanted my life to go. It just kept me busy, and being busy is not the same as being effective. So I started setting boundaries, not aggressively, not dramatically, just intentionally. I paused before committing. I gave myself space to think, and sometimes I said no. At first, it felt uncomfortable. You worry about disappointing people. You feel like you're missing out. But over time, something powerful happens. You start respecting your own time. And when you respect your time, others do too. Here's something practical you can apply immediately. Before agreeing to anything this week, don't respond instantly. Give yourself a buffer, even if it's just a few minutes. Then ask yourself, is this aligned with my goals? Is this something I genuinely want to do? Or am I just avoiding discomfort by saying yes? Because every time you say yes to something that doesn't matter, you're saying no to something that does. And the life you want? It's not built by pleasing everyone else. It's built by choosing yourself again and again. For the longest time, I thought success came down to willpower. If I could just be more disciplined, more motivated, more focused, everything would fall into place. So I relied on bursts of motivation. I'd set big goals, feel inspired for a few days, maybe even a week, and then slowly fall back into old habits. Not because I didn't care, but because willpower is unreliable. It fluctuates based on your mood, energy, stress, even your sleep. That's when I realized something that completely shifted how I approach growth. Your environment shapes your behavior more than your intentions ever will. Think about it. If your phone is always next to you, you'll check it. If junk food is within reach, you'll eat it. If you're surrounded by people who procrastinate, you'll naturally slow down too. None of this requires a conscious decision. It just happens. So instead of trying to try harder, I started making it easier to do the right thing. I redesigned my environment. I removed friction for good habits and added friction for bad ones. For example, if I wanted to focus, I didn't just tell myself to be disciplined. I physically removed distractions, notifications off, phone out of reach, workspace clean. Suddenly, focus wasn't a battle anymore. It became the default. If I wanted to be consistent with learning, I stopped relying on finding time and started placing cues in my environment. A book on my desk, notes visible, reminders that nudged me in the right direction. Because here's the truth. We don't rise to our goals. We fall to our systems, and your environment is the foundation of that system. Even small changes can create massive results over time. You don't need a complete life overhaul. You just need to make the good choice obvious and the bad choice inconvenient. So here's something you can apply today. Look at your daily routine and ask, what habits feel hard right now? How can I make them easier through my environment? Maybe it's as simple as keeping your phone in another room while working, preparing things the night before. Surrounding yourself, even digitally, with people who reflect the habits you want, because discipline isn't about forcing yourself every day. It's about creating a life where you don't have to. And once your environment starts working for you instead of against you, everything changes. We've quietly lost the ability to be alone with our thoughts. Any spare moment, waiting in line, sitting in a car, even walking, gets filled instantly. We reach for our phones without thinking, scroll, refresh, repeat. It feels harmless, even relaxing. But over time, it trains your brain to expect constant stimulation. And that comes at a cost. When your mind is always occupied, it never gets the space it needs to process, reflect, or create. You consume more, but think less. You react more, but understand less. And slowly, you lose clarity. Not because you're incapable, but because you're never giving yourself the chance to slow down. I didn't realize this until I started feeling mentally cluttered all the time. Even when I wasn't busy, my mind felt noisy. Ideas wouldn't stick. Decisions felt harder than they should be. And the default solution? More distraction. But the real shift happened when I did the opposite. I started allowing boredom back into my life. At first, it felt uncomfortable, almost restless. Sitting without checking my phone, walking without music, doing nothing on purpose, it felt unnatural. But that discomfort was a signal. My brain was detoxing from constant input. And then something interesting happened. My thoughts became clearer. I started noticing patterns, solving problems faster, even coming up with better ideas. Not because I tried harder, but because I finally had space to think. Boredom isn't a waste of time. It's where your brain does its most important work. It's where you process emotions, connect ideas, and hear your own thoughts without noise from the outside world. Here's something simple you can try. Set aside 10-15 minutes a day with zero input. No phone, no music, no podcast, nothing. You can sit, walk, or just stare out the window. The goal isn't to do anything, it's to let your mind wander. At first, you'll feel the urge to reach for stimulation. That's normal. Resist it. Give it a few days. Because on the other side of that discomfort is clarity. And in a world where everyone is constantly distracted, the ability to think deeply is a massive advantage. So don't run from boredom. Use it. Because sometimes the most productive thing you can do is nothing. Most people don't fail because they're incapable. They fail because they quit too early. We live in a world that rewards speed. Quick wins, instant results, overnight success stories. So naturally, we expect progress to feel fast and exciting. But real growth? It's usually slow, repetitive, and, if we're honest, a bit boring. I used to jump from one goal to another. I'd start something new, feel motivated, put in effort, and then, when results didn't show up quickly, I'd switch. New strategy, new plan, new excitement. But every time I did that, I reset my progress back to zero. The shift came when I stopped chasing intensity and started valuing consistency. Because the truth is, small actions repeated daily will outperform big efforts done occasionally. Every single time. The people you admire aren't necessarily more talented, they've just stayed in the game longer. They kept showing up when it wasn't exciting, when no one was watching, when progress felt invisible. That's the part no one talks about. The quiet days, the repetitive work, the moments where it feels like nothing is happening, but something is happening. You're building momentum. You're reinforcing identity. You're becoming the kind of person who follows through, and that compounds. Think about it like this. If you improve just a little every day, even 1% over time, the results aren't linear. They're exponential. But you only see that payoff if you stick around long enough. So instead of asking, how can I get results faster? Ask, how can I stay consistent longer? Here's something practical. Pick one area of your life right now, just one. One skill, one habit, one goal, and commit to it for the next 6 months. No switching. No constantly searching for better methods. No quitting when it feels slow. Simplify the process. Decide what showing up looks like daily. Make it realistic, not perfect. Track your consistency, not just results. Because results will come, but they come later. And this is the mindset shift that changes everything. You don't need to feel motivated every day. You just need to keep going. Because the life you want isn't built in big, dramatic moments. It's built in the quiet, consistent ones, repeated over time.